If you want to live stress-free, find your independence, and you don't have to be a millionaire, but have your own income, even if it's a little bit. I'm a domestic violence and sexual violence therapist. I'm a counselor that deals with people who have the most horrific stories to tell on a daily basis. And what I have learned is that violence, be it psychological or sexual or physical, is a way for the person using violence to assert dominance and control. And how they do that is by taking your independence from you. That could be through social exclusion. It could be through making you depend on them financially. So not only is being financially secure important for yourself, it is important to keep yourself safe in today's day and age, because most likely if you depend on someone financially, they will take advantage of that to assert dominance and control. I like to live alone. And of course, I'm not alone. I've got Sufi, and Sufi's great. I know that the life I'm living today is a blessing because younger me would be so proud. I remember when I was younger, I always wanted a cat or my own pet, which I do now. And in Australia, it is not cheap to afford a pet. I feel grateful to God that I can not just afford my own livelihood, but also my cat's livelihood. I'm so grateful that God provides for the both of us. I'm grateful for my job and the work I do, but my career, it was not as fulfilling as it is today. I had to try different things. I have changed so many jobs and so many careers to get where I am today. So it might not be something that happens right away and when you start, but trust that one day you can be doing the kind of job you dreamed of, the kind of work you dreamed of. I was just reflecting on how a few years ago I wanted to be a counselor. I wanted to be an EAP counselor, a DV counselor, and here I am doing both of that. I've got my private practice where I do EAP work, and I'm also working with domestic violence and sexual violence clients in my day job. Finding your perfect match and being in a union is actually the most rewarding thing you can have in your life. But if you don't have that, it's not the end of the world. There's so much left to do in the world that you can do with your time. Your time has value, and you can make a difference in the world with what you do. And if you don't have a partner, you can still do those things. Having a relationship demands time and attention and nurturing. If you don't have a partner, consider yourself kind of lucky because you don't have to invest that time and energy in a relationship. Instead, you can invest that time and energy in your goals, in your ambitions. I know a lot of people that are single and are sad, and maybe that's because they don't realize that there is so much they can do with their time that doesn't involve another person. I also know a lot of people that are in relationships just because they have a social persona to maintain or because they can't be alone. And they will endure so much to keep that up. That's not ideal, guys. I don't recommend that. Those people end up in therapy. Trust me, I know, I'm a therapist. It's better to be alone than to be in a relationship that brings you sadness. It really is. It's better to be alone and focusing on your ambitions than to be constantly working in a relationship towards a relationship that isn't rewarding, that isn't making your life easier. Cut people off. Cut them off if they make your life hard, if they're not supportive, if they're not appreciative, if they don't love you for who you are. Just say bye-bye. I have uprooted myself from so many relationships and friendships and social circles, sometimes willingly, sometimes unwillingly. I've moved a lot, I've traveled, I've gone to different schools, different cities I've lived in, so sometimes it was inevitable, and then other times it was necessary. And I've learned that it's been the best thing for me in my life because I have only ever grown as a result. Sometimes we grow up in a certain society, we go to a certain school, we hang out with a certain set of people, and we just keep doing it. We keep doing it on repeat, and forget that it's making us stuck. Forget that it's putting us in a bubble. So if you want change, sometimes that means leaving people behind, leaving cities behind, leaving places behind, leaving relationships behind so that you can grow. Is it easy? No. Are you going to miss certain people? Yes. But that's not all. You'll be rewarded for the change you make as well. And I want you to know that. And when you look back, that reward is going to outshine any shred of sadness that you might have. It really will. And money, it can buy you happiness, provided that you've created an environment to go with that money that is also happy. And you know what the truth is that most people don't talk about? Is the loneliness of being human and how it persists even in relationships. You could be married, you could be with someone and still find yourself alone. So being with someone is not a cure of your loneliness. It isn't. But enriching your life with your ambitions and your goals and watching yourself achieve those goals is going to be just the most amazing thing you can do with your very lonely time here on earth, irrespective of who you're with. Love is a feeling and it's not always present, even with people you love. But with all of this being said, I'm not asking you to be like a cynical person. You don't have to hate people. You don't have to hate the opposite gender. You can be single and still be open to love, but have boundaries and only invite and accept it from people who are worthy of it. I say fulfill your role and your duty as a daughter, as a sister, as a mother, as a friend, but don't make them your world. You should be your world. That's why you're an individual. This is about you. It's your life. So make it about you. Make it about your life. And when you're with someone, let them make their life about their life. Complement their life. Don't try to take control of it. Don't try to be the center of their life either. And don't make anyone the center of your life. Find your independence and then hope that one day you find someone who is also independent. And so that together you can create in your own freedom with this person beauty in the world. That is all I have for you today, my lovely, lovely friends. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it. If you think someone could benefit from it, share it and subscribe to my channel because, just look, like Cardi B said, just, I don't know how she did it. Whatever she did. Stay in touch, subscribe so you can see more of my content. I promise it will bring you benefit of some kind, if not comfort. And I will see you in the next one.